So many comics this week. Hey, welcome to the next Editor's Hall. This is part three, and this is the Image comics for July 27th and August the 3rd. So, a ton of comics to talk about. If you want to check out episode 1 and 2 that are already out, episode 1 is all the Marvel comics for these 2 weeks, episode 2 is all the indie comics for these 2 weeks, and then episode 3 is the Image books. Episode 4 will be the finale for the week, and that will be all of the DC comics. And then stay tuned, because this week we'll also have at least one, maybe two more videos. One for DC Rebirth week 8 and week 9. Those will be recapping all the DC Rebirth books to get you caught up, so that you can find out about the books from last week. The books from last week, like 2 weeks ago now, and then the books from this past week. So there's just a ton of stuff. Let's dive right into the Image stuff. This week, Mark Millar continued with Frank Quietly, Jupiter's Legacy, Volume 2, Issue 2. So that story continues. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to drop this. I like the first volume. I didn't like Jupiter's Circle. It kind of lost me after a couple issues, and then I'm just not really getting into Jupiter's Legacy. So I'm thinking this one's going to go out the door. So I don't know. Sons of the Devil, issue 9, Brian Buccellato's book. Really, really good. Really liking this. Really want to find out where this story goes. So issue 9 out this week. Definitely check that out. Postal number 13 is out, and it had a cool movie poster cover, kind of like that. I think this story's wrapping up. I'm not exactly sure. I'd like to see it be the end, but I doubt that that's going to happen. So looks like Eden's Fall is going to be on sale in August 2016, and that'll be the conclusion. So. All right, Empty Zone number 10 is out this week, and this has been a really crazy book with vampires and werewolf creatures and zombies and ghosts and all kinds of stuff. But this is issue 10, and this is Jason Sean Alexander creating, writing, and doing the art, and then Darah Savage is the other writer. It's a pretty interesting book. The second arc is wrapping up, so I'm just ready for that to be done. I think I'm probably going to drop this one just because I like it, but with everything else I've got going on, it's too hard to keep this one going. So, but it is really good if you like kind of techno, sci-fi, punk kind of stuff. You'll really enjoy that book. All right, The Discipline, issue number 6 is out this week. This is a pretty cool book. This woman's kind of entered this thing called the Discipline, where she becomes like an alien weird creature that uses sex to kind of fight against these other monster werewolf things. Very interesting. Peter Milligan writing this. Pretty cool, if you like that kind of stuff. Much better love story than Twilight. Tokyo Ghost number 9, Rick Remender's book, is out this week, along with Sean Murphy and Matt Hollingsworth doing the coloring. Really great story. Love this book. If you're able to go back and pick up the trade or the individual issues, you really, really should be getting this book. It's awesome. Also this week, Crinkle, Paper Girls number 8, as the story kind of plays out as the young girls have gone forward in time and met some of their older selves, and they're kind of meeting some more of their older selves to try to figure out what happened. Brian K. Vaughan's doing a great job on this story. So really, really good. Definitely going to keep that one. Another one I'm going to keep, Rick Remender's Low. This one hits issue 15 this week. Awesome story, along with his Black Science, which is at issue 23 already. Awesome story. Really liking those. Definitely going to keep on those. Warren Ellis Trees. I thought for sure this was over, but issue 14 is out this week. Thinking I'm going to drop this one. It's just kind of too long a story. Like there's been a break, so now it's going back and trying to figure out what happened, and it just seems like every time I read a book, I'm going, did that happen last issue, or was that like 5 issues ago? So I'm having trouble, kind of keeping the story fresh in my mind as I move through. An awesome book though of Brian Haberlin. Faster Than Light, issue 9 is out this week. Really some cool stuff. I love this book because of the story, but I also love it because of the technology they use. They have a UAR app that you use, and when you have it on your phone or your iPad, and you basically take an image, or the UAR, you can see it's like AR with Pokemon or anything like that. You see the image of the cover, and some little 3D image will pop up, and you can kind of scan around it, and you can tap it and make it do different things. And there's several pages throughout the book that react to the UAR app, as well as on the back. Then you'll get the captain's log kind of thing as well. So very, very cool. Awesome story. Mechanism, number 1, brand new one that came out last week. Raphael Ienco. Really, I was looking forward to this one because it definitely has something to do with, like cyborg type creatures, and I'm not sure, but it looked very interesting from some of the teaser stuff that I saw earlier. Drifter, number 13, out this week. Again, not sure if I'm going to keep this one. This one seems to be a pretty good story, but it's kind of disjointed. I felt sometimes where the gap, like things have jumped in time and I haven't really understood. And, that's probably on me. I do read a lot of comics, so it's hard sometimes to stay on point with some books. But, if I can't continue to enjoy it, then I shouldn't continue to buy it, right? That's kind of the way this works. If you don't like a comic, don't buy it. The writers get the idea. There are people out there who like it. They'll keep buying it. They'll keep producing it. If enough people don't buy it, then it'll go away and they'll do something else. 2 big books out this week. Issue 19 of Outcast. This is a great book. If you have not been watching the series on Cinemax, you've got to watch that. But this is really great. I saw I'm caught up through that series. I think there's a new episode coming up on Sunday, or maybe Friday or Sunday. I'm not sure. But this is really, really a cool story that Robert Kirkman and Azaceta are working on, and it's just great. I love it. It's awesome. And I got part of the big connecting cover for Walking Dead number 157, as it looks like we have the Whisperer War beginning. This is part 1 of 6. And my shop only got the first variant cover. They didn't get all the other covers. So I told them, hold me one of each of those because I want to see all the rest of them. And it goes together to form a big 6-issue major picture. So that's very, very awesome. Pretty cool stuff. We know, especially at the end of the last issue, if you've been reading this, issue 156, Negan went to the Whisperers, and it seemed like he was trying to insinuate his way into that society, but that was definitely not what happened, as he kind of established himself, and Alpha said, come on, you can come out here and sit with me and sleep with me. And he went out there, and he got in close, and he chopped off her head. And then he's like holding her head going, wait till Rick gets a load of this. And I was like, wow, that was the big shock for 156. So we're leading right into a huge war with the Whisperers. We know Alpha's dead, but Beta was definitely a tough cookie, strong leader. He had just been kind of the protector of Alpha all this time. So now we got this group who controls a huge group of walkers, a horde of walkers, that's going to unleash them potentially on Rick and his folks, and the folks of the different the kingdom and everywhere else. So something big. And of course, everybody's looking forward to October when season 7 kicks off, and we find out who it was that met their end at the end of Lucille. We still don't know. We've had some teasers. San Diego Comic-Con had a teaser, a trailer that came out, but it really doesn't tell you anything. Just some more things. But it does show some really cool stuff. The introduction of the kingdom, the introduction of Ezekiel, and of course, Ezekiel's tiger, which just looked amazing. So really something cool to look forward to. But that's it for Image Books for this 2 weeks, July 27th and August 3rd. Leave me some comments, like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about the haul. I do this every week. Really hope you like this. And please go read more comics and stay tuned for the final installment of the haul this week. Thanks.